All right, listen up, y'all. I know you've been watching TV looking for helpful information on real estate, but I'm here to tell you that most of the stuff on the news really isn't that helpful, and I think it's more about ratings than anything else. To be fair, most of the people that are moving here are smarter than most. I'm here to tell you why I think it's the perfect time to buy in Bluffton or even Hilton Head Island, but not for why you're probably thinking. I've been helping buyers and sellers make smart real estate decisions since 2009. And just don't just take my word for it. Check out my Google business page reviews and see what my clients are saying about me. Look below in the link in the YouTube description and you can go ahead and check it out. Many buyers are sitting on the fence right now thinking that prices are going to drop like a rock. The only thing I have to say about that is good luck. Now, a few years back, I was helping a friend and client buy a property, and this was difficult. It was a short sale, and he actually even needed to spend money on the building, the home, before he could buy it because the seller didn't have any money. The bank that held the mortgage wasn't going to do any repairs, and the bank that was going to loan him the money wouldn't loan him the money in the current condition of the property. And it was taking a while. And he came to me and said, Carl, I don't think I can do this any longer. And what I said was, why don't you give me 30 days? And if we can't make this work, I will give you the difference in what you're paying in rent. Because what he ended up doing is going month to month, so he had to pay more. And it was a lot more money. But long story short, he got the home. And the reason why I did all that was because I was worried about his income and what he could afford. And if he didn't do it then, he might be out of luck and not be able to buy. And I think that's what's going to happen to a lot of people now with the direction that housing's going in the country, let alone here. Looking in Bluffton at single-family full-size homes from January to March, believe it or not, the cost per square foot has cumulatively gone up 33%. It's ridiculous. And how can that be? Does it even make sense? And the answer is yes, and it's due to supply and demand. Conversely, looking on Hilton Head Island at full-size single-family homes, prices actually went down over 14%, about 14.5%. And what caused that? Well, the same thing, supply and demand. Now, if you're thinking about buying on Hilton Head Island or in Bluffton right now, and you're thinking short-term investment, flip, something along those lines, I think that's extremely risky, and you could be headed for a world of hurt. It probably won't work out for you. Who knows? If you're thinking the long haul, baby, now is the time. And this year and maybe next year. It's going to take a while to find the right home anyway because of the slim inventory these days. So you're probably better off sooner than later to start looking if it's something that you've been dreaming about doing. To further make my point, if you look at Bluffton condos, looking at January through March, the cumulative per square foot increase is over 75%. Again, it's crazy. Now, those numbers are a little skewed in February. First of all, there are not that many condos sold in Bluffton. So numbers are easily thrown off. Second, in February, there are only 3 condos sold, and of those 3, they were all 1 bedrooms. And that in it itself was enough to push the price per square foot up considerably. On Hilton Head, condos were following a similar trend as the single-family home, full-size single-family homes, and they decreased 8.5%. And most of that increase happened in January, and then numbers were slowly rebounding in February and March, but they're still way behind. Who knows what's going to really happen? No one. But I honestly believe that we're not going to take some severe hits either in Bluffton or Hilton Head because of the demand. Even if the numbers drop more than I think they will, value is going to come back just because so many people want to move here. People are relocating from high tax areas, typically cold weather states, down to the Sunbelt states, and the Hilton Head area is no exception. To further make my point, we're running out of land to build on in Beaufort County. So most of the new construction is west in Jasper County, mostly Hardyville. The price per square foot has increased by about 40% cumulatively looking at January, February, and March. Once the economy gets squared away, I see prices just going up, 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 up. And it's crazy. And if you don't think that's the case, look at prices in New York, New Jersey, California. So I think there's room for growth. As much as it's hard for me to fathom sometimes. Again, I think the American dream of home ownership is getting harder and harder every day. And I do see some people getting cut out just because it's just becoming less and less affordable. If you're truly thinking about it and you can afford it, now you should never do something if you can't, if it doesn't make financial sense. That's just plain crazy. The other thing I wanted to touch on, if it's a downward market or the market isn't shooting up so high as it has been, it's a heck of a lot easier to negotiate for a better deal, get more favorable terms, and just get something you want. So just also keep that in mind because people always want to act after they've seen proof, and usually they think of proof when houses are selling and they're selling for more and more and more, but then you kind of miss the boat. Now, if all this doesn't make sense to you, ignore me. I'm in the biz and I'm just trying to share my thoughts. You can do with them whatever you want, but I honestly believe this is what's going to happen. And time will tell. I will also say that I'm working with other investors right now that are doing the same thing that I'm advocating right now that I know are smarter than I am. So keep that in mind. The only other thing I want to say is